Hey everyone, it's Rachel from Miss Daisy Sewing, and today is the 31st of December 2024. Now, with any luck, it's 2026 where you are right now, and you're probably wondering what happened to 2025. So, look what I won. I got this through my World of Cross Stitching magazine, and it's a cross stitch journal kit. So, what I thought would be really fun would be if I spent the year, made this vlog, and then shared it with you all in 2026 when it was complete. So it'll be interesting to see what memories we capture, what's changed between now and when you're watching this. And yeah, I think it's going to be quite a fun little experiment. I'm probably going to do sort of weekly updates throughout rather than necessarily showing you each stitch done every day. But we'll wing that as we go. I think it'll be quite exciting to see how this develops for the course of the year. And yeah, so let's get to unboxing the kit and we'll start from there, I suppose. So buckle in. This is going to be a long one for me, but hopefully a short one for you. This here is the kit. So I'll just get this out of the box. So I have already had a peek, I will confess. So in here we've got a lovely 12-inch hoop. These beautiful rainbow of threads. So there's all the colours I could possibly want on there. A little chart guide in case I want to replenish them. Nice big bit of Aida. This is 18 count. I usually use 14, so that'll be slightly different, but good all the same. This here is the sort of tutorial on how to get it set up and stuff, which will be what I think I do tonight ahead of the new year, so that I can sort of hit the ground running. Like in the book here, I also want to put in the 2025. Sort of start that off first, and then here we've got a whole load of motifs and stuff, which will be really handy throughout the year. I did spot earlier that there's a little sewing machine, which is really cute, in the household section. There are a little sewing machine, so that'll come in, I'm sure. But yeah, really excited to get this started, and looking forward to see how it comes together over the year. I honestly don't think I could have asked for a more fairy tale start to the year, so of course I had to go with a snowflake. I'd also decided quite early on I wanted the first day of the month to be the corresponding letter, so J. Hey ho, we're one weekend, well, technically 5 days, but it's a Sunday, so that's a week to me. And we're keeping up with it. I realised very quickly that small icons are the way to go. So there's my itty bitty tiny shirt for today. And yeah, really pleased with it so far. I think I'm going to try and keep the different letters going around for each month. And yeah, it's just really focusing on trying to keep the icons small. Like I still have another 26 to fit into this tiny wedge here, so we'll see how that goes. But so far so pleased. It's been quite fun just because it's small, just do like a little tiny thing each day. And I will confess that I have had to do like 2 on one day already, but I'm not holding myself accountable to doing it every single day. I just want to register each day. Especially because we've got some holidays coming up this year. I won't be taking this away with me. I mean, this hoop is huge, so logistically it's not the easiest to travel. But yeah, enjoying it so far, and we'll keep you progressed. We are 1 month down. Woo! And I've just made a start on February. Hey ho, so I'm just working on the F for the 1st of February, and I've gone with sort of snow leopard themed print on it because I was at the zoo yesterday, and that's been the sort of recurring theme of this. Is I'm generally stitching a day behind, mostly because I've just found it easier to do it that way. I'm not always sure what I want to stitch on it for the day when I have the time to do that. So yeah, it's just generally worked out easiest doing it a day behind. My other lessons learned is that after I did the J for January, I panicked about the amount of space that I had and immediately started doing tons of really tiny little stitches, and I almost overcompensated. I think it's a bit gappy for January. It's not too bad like on the edges because I don't mind the quadrants bleeding into each other, so sort of a gap here, so something might just sort of swing in. So I think we'll make it work. It's not going to be a problem in the long run, but it does mean that for February I'm going to try and sort of not do that as such. Obviously some days I will have smaller icons just because it's, I can't have everything this size, but just to try and be a bit more consciously aware of it and not overcompensate things. And yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. Some days I found harder than others, mostly because January was a bit of a train wreck. I got suspected COVID. I was pretty unwell for quite a while. So like I've got my little plague doctor, I've got my little bacteria bug virus thingy. And yeah, I just was struggling. So I'd sort of hit that groundhog day of just going, work, food, and I was exhausted. So I didn't really have anything else to add. And I want each day to be something different, which is easier said than done a little bit. But it's come together. I'm happy with it, and I'm quite excited to see the whole year slowly fan out on this. And that's really the key update for January. I think my favourite icons from this month would be Missy, and her little jumper came out really well. And then I also really liked my little kaiju. We finished Kaiju Preservation Society, so I had to do a tiny little kaiju for that, which was really nice. And we watched Boy and His Heron, so I put in a little heron as well. We had so much snow and frost, so I didn't want to have like too much snow and ice iconography, but I've got my snowflake on the J, we've got icicles, I've got a snowy paw print. We had -10 one night, so I did have to just write -10 Celsius. I'll convert that to Fahrenheit as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Doing the Instagram each day has also sort of helped keep a log of like what each what each symbol is. I can tell by looking at it. That's a knitting needles, that's a feather duster, that's a pincushion. But it's quite nice because it can tie it to like what day it was and just sort of help jot my memory for like, why did that go there? But yeah, so it's gone well so far. So I'm just gonna finish filling in this F and pushing on for the month. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a mid-month catch-up or if I might just wait till the end of February. So we'll have to wait and see. But until then, hey y'all. So it's now March, we've completed February, and I'm pleased to say lessons have been learned and I think it's come out really well. I think the spacing looks much better than it did in January, and I've also sort of managed to sort of pad in at the edge and fill some of those gaps. Another little lesson I learned was how to sort of try and spread out designs. So like my donut, I've got sprinkles sort of filling in like a little gap, and I did the same with the hot tub to sort of make like bubbles. I've done little French knots to fill in just an awkward little gap just above it. Sort of my highlights on February. So
I was really pleased with, oddly enough, the goldfish. I have an American colleague and she brought some snacks in from home, and it was just such a small part of the day, but it was an absolute highlight, so that had to get remembered. And the TARDIS is obviously just iconic. I was also weirdly pleased with the hot dog, like actually surprisingly pleased with the hot dog. So yeah, I managed to get quite a lot of different iconography this month, which I was really pleased with. I managed to, the weather's getting better, we're getting out more, we're on holiday, so I managed to sort of get some different things in, which I just found it a little bit easier. I am, as you can hear, sick again, so a box of tissues has appeared, but it hasn't like flatlined me like it did in January, so it's not such a big impact on the cross stitch. But yeah, we're now in March. We saw Disney on Ice on the 1st with some friends, which was absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a Disney-inspired M. I'm just back from conference. I was in London for a couple of days, so it's actually the 4th today. As I said in the January segment, this is not traveling. This is just going to stay at home, and I'm just going to play catch up every couple of days and do a couple of bits. So after the M, we're going to have some London iconography. Really pleased with it so far. Like I said, I think it's starting to come together. I can see it now. Like now I've got 2 sections filled. I can see how it's going to look as a whole, and I'm really excited to see how it pans out. So yeah, I'm going to stick with monthly updates. It seems to be working well. So I'm going to push on with this M, and then I will see you in April. Until then, bye.
Heyo, we're in April now. Got a nice spring seasonal looking A there. And, oh, you're leaving me. So, March has gone really well. Like, I'm really pleased with the spacing. I think I've sort of finally cracked it. Different symbols and stuff. Spaced really nicely. A lot of colour, a lot of variety. So, very pleased aesthetically with it. It was a good month. I wasn't as sick for most of it as I was January, February. Bit of post-London lurgy, but all good otherwise. April is a busy month. We've got Easter, got my sister coming up for Easter. So I imagine we're going to see a lot of quite fun things creeping in. Eggs, bunnies, all that jazz. So I'm really looking forward to that. I will confess we are a bit late in the month. I think it's the 6th, maybe the 7th today. I've got some projects with quite tight deadlines, which have kind of like taken up my evening time. I didn't have to, but I really wanted to finish my Easter Bunny Peter Rabbit cross stitch because I decorate the window at the start of each month. And currently we are con crunching for the Jedi robe. So fingers crossed I'll have a picture to show you of it looking fabulous. At the moment it is in pieces. But yeah, on that note, I will leave you and I will see you in May. I do have some stuff planned at the start of May, so I suspect it's either going to be a very prompt kick in May or it might be a bit later in the month, but we'll find that out when we get there. So until then.
On a quick aside, for March, a few of my favourites was the Mickey Mouse M for Disney on Ice, and also the first day I got my laundry out in the year, which shows that I'm getting old.
Hey y'all, it's May the 7th, and I've just finished the April section of our journal. I'll quickly show you that. Not gonna lie, April was a pretty tough month. There's a lot going on. Missy had to get some surgery, so wasn't in a great headspace for most of the month. So I did have one day where I was 10 days behind. So less said the better about April, I'm not gonna lie. We did manage some nice things. We had my sister came up to visit for Easter. We managed a little Easter Kaylee, which I was really pleased with sort of how I represented that. And yeah, I'd probably say that's my big thing for this month is, especially like I said, we were at the vets a lot, so I had quite a lot of like repetitive days. So I managed to sort of think a little bit more outside the box with some of my symbology, which was nice. But other than that, let's just put a line in the sand for April and focus on May. like I did manage, like I said, some really nice stuff. Like we did our anime con, so I've got like my little lightsaber and things like that. But yeah, on the whole, let's just move aside, and I will see you at the end of May, which hopefully has gone better than April did. So until then, bye. Hey ho, and welcome to June the 1st, and our latest update on my sewing journal. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's looking good. I've got 2 days still to catch up on, which I'm going to sort of wedge into this little gap here and maybe up here. But on the whole, really pleased with it. It's been a busy month. We've had our pagans and witches. We've had friends over. The garden's kicking off, so like my rhubarb and things is all coming up. And I've done really well with like audiobooks and things. So we're on a 2000 AD kick, so we've got some Judge Dredd and some Slain in there. So pleased with it so far. I've been managing for the most part to sort of try and just keep up with it, just being a day or two behind at most. Obviously, when we got back from our holiday, I did have a big catch up, but we're doing well. So yeah, that's kind of our latest update. Things to note, I'm getting better with my sort of placement. I was worried I'd possibly swung too far the other way and put too many big things, but I can see there's definite space for the last 2 days of this year. But being 31 days in May, it's yeah, I need a bit more room than I sort of expected. But yeah, we're doing well. I'm also playing about with sort of putting more like words in. So we've got like slumber party and holiday books and things like that. So it's sort of yeah, just trying to add some interest, a bit more sort of variant in the cross stitches. And yeah, still loving my French knots for filling in gaps. So we've got like the sprinkles from like the Fab Ice Lolly, and then I've got like bubbles. So there's loads like coming up from a much needed bath that day. So yeah, it's looking good, and I'm not sure what we're going to do for June, for my stitching for June. We are visiting the brother-in-law to help get his garden sorted today, so it could be something to do with gardening. Although there's talk that we might watch some Asterix tonight all together, so we'll see what inspires me when we get there. We're also running straight into a holiday. The holiday is Whitby, so I'm hoping for pirates and Dracula themed motifs. I'm looking forward, like, there's a lot planned for June. It's the kick of the proper summer in Scotland. I know we've got jousting at the end of the month and we've got some more camping planned. So I'm expecting a lot of really quite fun things turning up in for June. I'll let you know how it goes when we get into July, I suppose. Until then. Hey guys, we've done it. We're halfway through the year, and I am so pleased with how it's all looking at the moment. There was a couple of moments in May where I was ready to just give up with the thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'd got so far behind on my backlog that I just ran out of motivation, but we're good. We've picked up again. I think it helps that the year's kind of picked up. Like we've had our first dog show, we've done the jousting. So the year's really picked up, and that's kind of helped with sort of coming up with like different little icons, because as I said before, that's kind of been a bit of a thing where I don't want to keep repeating the same things. So trying to come up with different ways to show the same thing has been a bit of an awkward thing. But yeah, so doing well. My garden, as you can see, is looking great. My gooseberries are just about ready to pick. So I'm going to get on with that before I tackle the J for July, which I think is going to be Doctor Who themed, because we've been listening to it's a pirate one. Douglas Adams wrote it. Anyway, it's really good sort of radio play that we've been listening to. I think that's what I'm going to go with for G for this month. I'll pick you up for that in a minute, and I'll probably see you again at the end of July and at the start of August, which is a crazy month for us. So it might be late August for our next update, but I'll fill you in on why when we get there. So till then. Heyo, it's the 1st of August. We've got there a Ruby, who's my in-laws dog, and there goes Missy, chill out in her bed, I think. And it's the 1st of August, so new update on our journal. Yeah, this has been a tough month on the journal, actually. I've just kind of ran out of steam with it a little bit. We're sort of the hump day, we're over halfway. we're on holiday in a couple of days, so I'm going to end up getting quite far behind in August. So I know I've got a big catch up coming, which I don't think is helping either. But the interesting thing I've noticed is my threads. So I kind of expected to run out of black if I had to top that up. But I didn't expect to run out of the dark grey or nearly finish my red. So I didn't think there was that much red in this, but apparently there is. So yeah, that's that for today. I will see you start of September, I suppose. So hey ho, we're now in September, and yeah, it's really starting to come together now. So that's the project has it. Oop, that way. So it's really coming together. I think you can now sort of see what it's going to look like when it's done. That sort of really full look to it, which is really nice. It's been a busy month. Focus. We got Moomins. I went and saw AC/DC. Yeah, busy month. So this month is probably the closest I've come to of just quitting this. I knew I'd fall behind because Moomins was obviously, that was 10 days in Finland, up and down to Aberdeen to collect Missy here because she was staying with the in-laws, and then immediately after I had my sister visiting for 7 days. Try as I might, I did fall really far behind. I think at one point I was 15 days behind, and that was probably the closest I've come to being like, tag, I'm out. I did really have to sort of make myself sit and be like, I'll be free today, I'll be free tomorrow, and just chip damaged my way back to being up to date. Today is technically the 2nd of September, so we are on track. We're back in action. So we've just finished listening to the Pirate Planet, which is a Doctor Who story, which coincidentally we started back on the 1st of July here. That shows how busy we've been when it's taken 2 months to finish a 10-disc audiobook. So I'm going to finish off with a Pirate S for September, and then we'll just push on with the month, and I'll update you when we're coming into October. So until then, hey ho, it's October the 4th today, and as you can see, we're pretty caught up. I have actually got my first already done this time round. September was a busy month. We started spooky season early. We've got like loads of pumpkins, ghosts, vampires, all that kind of things on here. Because, yeah, 1st of September, start of spooky season for me. So, yeah, really pleased with how it's going so far. We are now officially 3/4 of the way through, as you can see. And I'm really liking how it's all looking. Obviously, we're still a bit bare up at January here, but the plan is that December will sort of bleed into it. And then I'm going to sort of go in and put some French knots and stuff and just try and fill up some of the worst of the gaps. But yeah, just a short update today. Busy one. Planning a holiday. We're going away in a couple of days again. So actually in the middle of packing, which is probably what today is going to end up being on here. And yeah, that's all for this time round. I will see you in November. Happy Halloween! So we're on the 31st of October, and hello, and I'm a little bit behind, but we're doing well. Turn the right around. We're doing well. So I've just got a couple of days still to catch up on, which is what I think I'm going to do between trick-or-treaters tonight. And yeah, I'll update you on the 1st tomorrow. Hey guys, we're at the start of November. I've just started filming my Christmas content because anyone who crafts knows that you have to start early when it comes to Christmas crafting. I'm really pleased with how this is turning out. Are you coming up, sweetie? Up you come. Yes, he's joining us. So I'm really pleased with how this is now looking. Like, cohesively, it's really coming there. Obviously, January does look a bit barren, but my plan is when we hit December to start filling in that outer edge. But yeah, overall, really pleased with it. October was a really busy month. I ended up quite far behind just because we had a holiday, we then had balls and scare acting and all this kind of stuff, so it was a fight to keep it up. But overall, really pleased with it. So yeah, we're now going to move on to November. I haven't picked out what the N is going to be. I'll wait and sort of get the vibes from the end of the day. And yeah, I suppose the next check-in in December, when it will be authentically Christmassy and not just making it look Christmassy.
Hey ho, we are 5 days into December. As you can hear, got a cold. I have been on and off with colds since like October at this point. It's just that time of year. But we are doing well with the journal. It's looking really good. My plan is to go big or go home with December to try and fill in the sort of bits in January that are a bit thin on the ground. But yes, 5 days in. I haven't done day one yet, just because December is a crazy month. Like, it's just non-stop at this moment in time. We have been and seen Santa Claus. We have had, well, I've been doing training. I've had exams this month already, which has been crazy, but it'll be worthwhile in the end. But I did not enjoy exams again. But we're done. We're done with that. We can now focus on having fun this month. So I'm hoping on lots of nice things. And yeah, I need to pick what I'm going to do for my 1st of December letter. Obviously, it'll be a D, duh. But I did technically was studying in my course on that day. So didn't do anything particularly fun. So I think we're just going to embrace the Christmas season and do something Christmassy just to mark the start of December for that one, rather than anything that I personally did. Because, yeah, the 2nd of December will be a very sad little face for studying. So let's get on with it.
December was not the month we hoped for. After a strong start, it kind of dissolved into disaster. And when I say that, my husband's bike being stolen and our bathroom flooding were not the worst that we had in December. We did get time to decompress and visit friends and family and see the geese in Aberdeen, but December is a ruthless month, and we were quickly, forcibly swept back up into the season and just went through the motions. Which is why I chose to end the year on a shooting star, partly to wish my friends and family a great year ahead, but also to wish that 2026 is a better year than what 25 has been. I think that's why I have such mixed feelings on this project. This was definitely a year of ups and downs. When the going was good, it was absolutely fantastic. We saw the Moomins and we went to Disney and we bungee jumped, which has been on my bucket list since I was about 14. It was fantastic when it was going well. But when it's been bad, it's been pretty tough this year. And not just for us. 2025 has been hard on my family and my friends too. I'm not the kind of person that sugarcoats things, so try as I might to find something positive, I wasn't able to do that every day on this journal. And there was multiple times this year I was ready to throw this thing in the bin and just be done with it. With December the way it went, quite honestly, had it not been 20 days shy of completion, this would have been binned. Long and short, I wouldn't do one of these again. Whilst I'm insanely proud of myself for coming up with 365 different things to represent this year, it was a time sink. I had not really thought about how long it would take to record a handful of things to represent each day, to hunt down a pattern that would match one of those things, and then half an hour to an hour each and every day quickly adds up, especially when you go on holiday and suddenly find yourself 10 days behind and having to play catch up. And as I found out the hard way, you just don't know what the year ahead will bring. I love the aesthetic of these journals, and I would absolutely do something similar again, but what I would do is a 6-inch hoop, and it would be a holiday journal. In the middle would be the destination, and it would be a record of 5, 6, maybe 10 days of nice things that I've done whilst on a holiday, and I think that would be a much nicer use. I also think it would be more usable because you could put it as the cover of your photo album or just have a little run of them on the wall of all of your little adventures that you've done. I finished this by using up all of the leftover threads, and whilst it doesn't completely cover the edge, I like that it's unfinished and sort of represents a new start for getting into 2026. Despite my mixed feelings about this project, it has turned out beautiful and was a really interesting experiment to do for the year. I feel this was the crafting equivalent of running a marathon. It was hard work. There were times I just wanted to give up on the whole thing, but at the end of the day, it's something I'm really proud to have made and share with you all.
As you can see, it's all done. Really pleased with the final outcome. I just need to rehome it now. So until then, I'm going to wish you all a happy new year, and I look forward to seeing what adventures 2026 brings us.